My friends, welcome back to exercise 135 in my 203D CAD models in FreeCAD series. So I did already work on this in part workbench a couple days ago, and one of the concern or like a suggestion was that this model building tree would be more efficient in part design workbench. So I had a little bit time on my hand, so let's go ahead and give this model a try in part design workbench. I do agree that it would be a cleaner work process in part design, and that's what the actual part design workbench's specialty is, have a cleaner workflow. With that, what I want to do in this, since we are going for an efficient way to build this, I want to build the whole thing, no mirroring involved. I think that will actually give us some help, and obviously I'm using this 0.22 developers version to give it a try. So in part design, I make a body and create a sketch on XY plane after doing all the image processing and all those generic stuff. And I want to do the whole outside real quick, so it would be a quick sketching outside using the polyline. All right, so I got the outside. I want to do is I want to make this fully constrained and start with this one, maybe 5. So I'm using a lot of keyboard shortcuts these days, and the developers version actually helps with this process. So like for dimension, the smart dimension system is the D, and it applies the suitable dimension as it sees fit, but there is other options too in there to choose from, and say this is fully constrained. Okay, so we got the outside and say sketch boundary. So that's one sketch, and I want to extrude that up, so add it for the whole 3 millimeters. Now I'm gonna say 1 2, yes, the whole 3 millimeters. I'll pad it for 3 millimeter. All right, and now we'll have to make 2 holes in the middle and then another pad on top. So that hole, this gap, that will start from 1 millimeter from bottom and finish 1 millimeter below top. I will do that as a sub object shape binder, and then offset this for -1. So that's the wall thickness, and make the tangent, so there's a sharp corner. And now this binder is sitting on top of the object, which is 3 millimeter. I want to actually place it 2 millimeter down, so let's go make it -2. So now you don't see it because it's inside there. So I can hover over it and see it is where we want it to be. And now I want to make a pocket, right? And then it's creating this whole thing because it's taking it upward, and the length, so we can, it's the dimension we want, and then lengthwise we want to say 1 millimeter is enough, right? And then hit OK. So now what we have is a pocket in the middle, and we can see how it looks if we go ahead and take the body and make it transparent. By the way, if you hear a baby crying, that's my newborn, so consider that as part of my video. All right, I don't see anything changed. Okay, transparency 50%, and I think the gap is there. Yes, so if we hover over it, I can see that there is a gap in the middle. All right, give me a minute, I will make that more visible. Okay, so going to the next step is to actually make that slotted hole, which we will have to draw the slot. on this face, I'm going to go ahead and draw the slot. Now I have the sketcher on my global toolbar, but this is from the sketcher workbench. I want to use the one that's from the part design, because this places inside the body that we are working in. This one actually places outside. I'm going to go ahead and use this one and draw a slot. Okay, this time it will be just a simple slot, just like this, and the radius would be, I'm going to go with 5, and I'll verify that. I think this was 34.6, was it? Okay, let's take a look at it. Yes, 34.6, and the radius was 5 and 6. So we got it 5, right, on this one. So this is slotted hole. Can we make a pocket of 2 first? Yes, we can make that. So that, I think that worked. So what it does is it takes it downwards to the first surface it faces, and that would be the top of that hole that we just built inside there. All right, we will take that. So we got that hole built up. The next step is to actually build this wall for 3 millimeters, and that would be another sketch on this surface. And we take slot option, and I'm gonna say this is 6, and what else? Okay, so this would be equal to this. Yeah. All right, so that is our wall of 1 millimeter. Let's say sketch wall, and pull it up for 3 millimeters. We don't want, okay, there it is, and hit OK. Pretty cool. I think that is it. Very easy in part design. And I want to go ahead and make it a fillet, which I am having trouble selecting this line. So let's go ahead and go to the body in the view tab, in the flat lines, select wireframe, and that is our line right there. Okay, want to select the right line and come here as fillet and say 1 millimeter. Okay, and then go change it back to flat lines. I think it worked. Okay, let's make sure that fillet was 1 millimeter first. Yes, it does look like a 1 millimeter fillet. And this is our object. So let's take a look at the cross section. Okay, I want to go to view and say persistent section cut, and cut into Y. Hit OK. Okay, so I want to hide this object, this body, and keep this section cut visible. And I think that's it. So this is 1 millimeter thickness all around, and we have the gap in there. Pretty cool. So I do agree that part design offers a cleaner workflow for this object, which has always been the fact between part and part design. So there is that. Again, I appreciate the comments that you do, and thank you for watching. If you have any other question, comment, or concerns, please let them know below in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.